Hello, everyone. Welcome to the School After Dork show. School After Dork. My name's Mark. Actually, it's not. My name's Eric. Yeah, hell yeah. And I'm with Jenna. Yeah. At the School After
No, my
Dork.
name's Janae or whatever.
Je ne sais quoi.
Sacre bleu.
Suddenly
even
French
know.
for this episode.
Oh, that would make more sense of how our week has gone. It's just been busy. Man,
had a
Thursdays are my
lunch.
favorite. Wait, what?
You had a lunch,
I had lunch.
this week. You had a lunch. You had a lunch,
Lunch.
and you had a lunch. It's been a very busy week for you.
I have not had lunch, and that's why I'm tired.
Mm.
I'm living
will
off
do
of chomps and pretzels.
What are chomps?
You don't know what chomps are? What the frick?
Are those like the? Wait, hold on. Are they kind of like cheese puffs?
Ew, no.
What are they?
They are grass-fed beef sticks.
Oh yes, I have seen those. Okay, I've seen
Yeah.
those.
This has been the week where it's like I'm basically not doing what I know I should do because I have
you've
so
been
many
busy.
things to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're not treating yourself like a house plant.
No, my houseplant is pretty sad. But how's your week been? You ready for the chill night, our fun night?
Yeah, this is our silly willy Philly fun night. Where we
Yeah,
talk about.
boy.
It's been a good week. It's been a great week. Remember,
been.
everyone, if you want to chat with us, go to the What Is School post. Make a comment. It's a very pinned post at the very, very top. And I will throw it up. And to give you an example, we actually just got our first comment from James. And we'll see if this episode is going to be your fault or not. We'll find out here in a minute. Community not launched. Ik pay Etenle. Pig Latin.
What is that? What does that mean?
Pig Latin. You don't speak Pig Latin?
Nope.
For real?
No, it makes my head hurt.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, maybe you should learn. Nah,
No.
you're too busy. You don't got time for that. But thank you, James, for the comment. Like I said, we'll see if this episode's going to be your fault or not. But today we're talking about all kinds of fun things. This is our silly fun day. Don't forget, if you want to help support the show, don't forget to like us. Please, just like me. Please.
Yes.
Just like me. And then comment on What Is School post, and then share this with a schooler, and then subscribe. You're almost at 300 subscribers. If you're not subscribed to her yet, what are you doing? Do it.
You know, there's another comment that needs to be pulled up because it is
Okay.
the most realist comment I've ever seen.
Okay, I'll pull it up. It's from
Yay.
our friend of the show, Jennifer. No more learning. I agree. You know, today we're not teaching you anything. So
Yeah.
sorry.
This is one of those moments where we're on school and we're like, nope, we refuse to learn. School with a K.
Which is why, I don't know if you've noticed this for our shows, our weekly, daily show that we do. We try to keep the learning bits towards the beginning of the week, like the teaching bits, and then as the week progresses, it just gets sillier and sillier. Like today, we're just going to, who knows what we're even going to talk about? It could be weird. It's going to get
Yep.
weird. Yeah.
It better be weird. I need weirdness in my life. My gosh. It is funny how we're going from also we do the interesting stuff, like the learning stuff, all the value towards the beginning of the week, and then towards the end of the week we are silly, but then we also look at our days, and I don't know if other people have noticed this or not, but we will be happy when we start going back to the morning show because
Yes.
you're getting getting the version of us after we've been doing things all day long.
Yes.
And so
I was talking to someone. I was actually talking to someone about that today. They're like, "How do you like doing the night show?" And I'm like, "I miss the morning show."
yeah, give me back my mornings. And I kind of like something about it is I really enjoy starting my day off with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
Yep.
that makes sense,
It
but
just gets me in the right
feels like
headspace.
yeah, exactly.
It's like, okay,
Like
we're doing school now.
I wake up early, I get my little caffeine fix, and then I come here and and I get to talk to you guys. So I miss that.
And
Just
what you're getting here at the
morning
After Dark
people,
show.
you're missed.
I'm a morning person. You're getting the like 50% version of me right now.
And you're getting the this version
Exactly.
of me at the end. So
Exactly. But we still enjoy doing the After Dark show. Just, I just prefer the morning show.
yes, do agree.
What are we talking about today? Or do we have a school shout out? I don't know if we have one today.
Can we show the funny thing? Can I show
Sure.
the funny thing?
I'm sure.
Okay, I'm gonna just shout out myself real quick. This is an idea for you. For me, I really enjoy Skool's formatting. And what I decided to do was I made myself this week. I gave myself a gift.
No, well, now everybody knows.
Well, they can know, but they can't join, so it doesn't matter. A shout out of where you're not allowed to be. But yeah, I made myself a hobby community, and here I'm able to I test about pages, I test the formatting, I do all my things, and I just get to save it. So it's like my little school notebook, and it only costs me $9 a month, and so it's in the format that I like. And I even put membership questions on, which I'm going to share with you. I still think they're funny. It says, my first one is, can you read? If yes, then why did you click join? If no, then how are you reading this? Sus. So since it's our silly goofy night, I thought maybe I'll
That's
share.
funny.
Sorry.
Do you better be sorry. Go.
What
Just
kind of
got
reverse?
smacked.
This is like some reverse psychology. I feel like this is like a weird marketing strategy. You're trying to get us all to go join your new school.
Maybe. I just got poked in the eye, so
Oof.
we'll see
That's
how
not
this
good.
works.
Yeah,
I got
that's
the
not the
poke in the eye, and it's sorry, and I'm like, yeah, you better be sorry. What the heck? Parent life.
That's right.
It's so much fun, so worth it, but also injuries along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both
so
of my
that
kids
was
got
our
very
shout out.
sunburned today. They
Oh
did.
shoot! What
Yeah.
happened?
They went swimming. I've never in my son's 8 years have ever seen him sunburned. He doesn't burn ever. Like he's very olive skin, and he had a burn. I was like, wow, you did it. Congrats.
That's nice. It's like you finally got one. I remember I used to get really, really sunburnt as a kid. Like we lived in Florida, and our backyard was we lived on the bay, so we had dolphins and alligators and all sorts of stuff. And I spent way too much time outside, and there was one time where I was like, I'm pretty used to it. I thought I'd be fine without the sunscreen. But we went boating, jet skiing, doing all sorts of stuff like a crab and shrimp or crawfish boil with the shrimp boil. And by the end of it, I was like a lobster. So bad red. Like
I
they
also
probably
burn.
should have taken me to the hospital.
Yeesh, like 3rd-degree sunbirds. Yeah,
Something bad.
I live in the South. I don't feel like I'm meant to be here because I'm so pale. It's like the sun is hurting me. Yeah. I want to bring up this comment because I thought it was interesting. I learned this from you, actually, a long time ago. Using your classroom, like a draft classroom, it's like keeping your notes and writing out all the things you want to do. I mean, we kind of do that for this show.
Yeah, that's the gateway drug to this. Okay, James, you're gonna end up having your own notebook.
James Notes School.
James Note School, because I really like it. I was using it, and I still use it sometimes. But now that I have this new school, it's $9, but whatever. You want to I like seeing it as posts. I like seeing classroom things like how does it cut off here, and what does it look like on here, and then I just feel like I also get to write whatever the heck I want. So it's really fun.
That's where it's like your diary where you just like, man, Kirby just made me so mad.
Yeah, Kirby did not let me see what he was drinking. How dare he?
I'm still mad about that. Sam too.
Yeah. Sam, Kirby, you guys need to tilt your drinks just a little bit, just for us. Specifically, like, I know you have all these other people, but we need to be able to see your drink labels. That's what's important
Yeah.
out of
You know,
everything.
speaking of drink labels, I actually, in my Amazon cart right now, I have some of those Nixie drinks. I'm thinking about buying them.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because they made me want to try them. Yeah. So what are we talking about today?
I don't know. I want to test something. I want to see how fast the fast ticker is.
Whoa.
What's up? It's really fast. Is that going to drive you nuts?
I don't, I don't like it.
Emotional damage.
Okay, I'll take it off.
Thank you.
So we're talking about business ideas that we
Oh.
had.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like the business ideas that we never took action on, but I think that we should also go over the ones that we maybe even had. Like, what was your first business,
man.
Eric?
We are both just like serial ADHD entrepreneurs, I think. And I have started so many hobbies that have ended up not being a hobby anymore. And I'm like, I bet I can make money off this. And then it just completely ruins the hobby for me. The first actual dollar that I ever got paid, I think I was like 19 or something. I didn't start as early as you did. I used to play in a band. I played guitar in a metal band. And we would travel all
Nice.
around the East Coast, up and down the East Coast, playing festivals and stuff. And I met a lot of other bands. And because I met a lot of other bands, I got really interested in like recording. So I bought I had a cheap laptop. I had like a couple of like very mediocre microphones and like a little audio interface. I could just travel around, and I called it my backpack studio. It's like everything I could record with would fit in my backpack. And so I would go around like recording people's music. It was a lot of like little old ladies and their pianos and like just some random dudes and their guitar. And then eventually I got to where I was like recording full on bands, and I had like a pretty legit setup. And at some point I was even like in Nashville and like some bigger studios recording bands. And I thought that's what I was going to do forever, was record bands. And then I kind of realized that bands aren't very nice. They have high expectations, and they also don't have any money. So they're all broke, and they want a lot out of you.
I can't talk right now.
That was my very first business. What about you?
So I feel like I had things before this, but I had like an official business, right? It was about like 12 to 13. I wrote up the entire business plan, pitched it to a banker, got a loan for it, and also signed up with the Chamber of Commerce with it. And it was having I got the loan because I needed all the supplies, because I got beehives, because my business was flavored honey. What I wanted to do
Oh, that's fun.
was I took actual ingredients and infused it into the honey, and it was like my own honey too. So I did that, but it is a lot of work. We got on the bee suits, put those big puffy
my
white things
gosh.
on. Had to have the equipment to like spin the trays to get the honey out. And then this is also when I started to realize that I was allergic to jalapenos.
Oh no.
So
I would be so
well,
sad. I eat so many jalapenos every single day.
Yeah, no, that would be my death. But I also learned that you don't touch your eyes too.
Yeah, that's very true.
So lots of lessons were learned at my very first business, but it was really fun, and I did the whole ribbon cutting thing, got my like framed dollar with the Chamber of Commerce, and I got to go to different like fairs, conventions, all these different things, and I was able to pay back the
The loan.
the loan to the banker, and he was like really impressed, and he even
Wait, how
bought
old were you during this?
it was between like 12 and 13 years old.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I was not thinking about that at that age.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And I think like lemon and orange flavored was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And but a lot of people loved jalapeno honey, which was like one of
I
our
would
bigger
love that.
sellers.
I love.
And it's oh man, it's like I should have kept going with it because it's now really popular.
It is, yeah.
And it wasn't a thing back then.
You could have been a multi-millionaire from honey.
Yeah.
Let me bring up this comment from Jennifer. It was her first business. Was a body art. I don't know.
Ooh.
Or is that a hobby, or is that your when you tried to monetize it? How do you monetize body art? I don't know. Yeah, but she also said she wanted to be a band manager. No, that was the other thing that really made me want to quit. Was not just dealing like when I was in a band, was like traveling with like 5 other sweaty dudes in a tiny van for days or weeks at a time. Not the life for me. If you know me at all, I'm a homebody. I hated it. I hate traveling. Sorry.
I wonder, like, body art, is that, would that be, like, face painting and stuff? Or what is body art? I'm really curious now.
Yeah.
I'm like, my new Google searches are going to be pretty much everybody's business.
You know,
What
your
is
honey,
this?
your honey business reminded me of a video I saw a while back that seemed like a pretty easy like business to start. Is you freeze bananas and then you dip them in chocolate and then like sprinkles or whatever. Bananas are so cheap. It's like 30 cents for like 6 or 7 of them. And you could
Big
like
bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A.
that might be what I might do. Like just do a bunch of those, take them to like the park and just start selling frozen bananas for like a couple bucks each.
That would be cool.
I think you could make
It'd
a lot
be
of money
worth
doing
the
that.
sunburn.
I might try it one weekend. Actually, no, I've been trying to think of something that me and my kids could do because I really want to start them some type of little side business to do that they can make their own money. That might be something they could do. It seems easy enough.
Airbrush, tattoos, henna, face painting, etc. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I used to do face painting. And in
Okay.
fact, were you the one that was shocked by the information about the balloons?
Yes, please tell that story because let me set it up for you. Let me set it up.
Okay.
So yesterday, before we got on our call with Scoot, I bought a bunch of balloons, like for balloon animals. I just saw them. I was like, this looks like it'd be fun. And so we were practicing, and I was terrible at it. I could not make anything. I made a snake. And so I was telling you about that, and then now your story set up. Go ahead.
Okay, so fun fact, when I was younger, like, you know how if you're like an entrepreneurial spirit, so I did the honey business, but before that it's like learn how to become a babysitter or a nanny and all those things. Well, I was like, what could I do that would make that even better, right? Because that's like how my brain works. I'm not just a regular babysitter. I have to be the coolest one. So I also learned a lot about becoming a clown. And I learned how to do the balloon art and make all these different things. Like I remember making a lot of stuff. It is not good though when you are like very scared of things that pop. So
Yes.
I kind of shied away from that because, okay, do you know, all right, this is random, but I have like we need to do a night where we talk about like some of our random fears, right? I am so scared of a can of biscuits.
Oh, me too. The Whoppums. Oh my god.
When
we're
you
the same on
open
that.
a can of biscuits
I
and
hate
it
it.
goes pop, like
I have to hand it to
would
my
rather,
kid to do it. That's how scared I am of him.
I literally will take it by the corner. And this is why we also don't have biscuits very often. But I take it by the corner and I let it like drop a little bit. And then I'm like then I just fling it and I hope that it breaks. And anyways, that's why it didn't
Throw
work
it at
out
the
with-
wall.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to drop it on the range or whatever. And I'm like, here, hopefully that'll break you. And because I'm not gonna pop that thing. My mom is like, "What are you doing? Hand it to me." If she's visiting it, and I'm like, "Okay, here you go."
It's so.
And I don't want to be around when it pops. It scares
No.
me. So that's why being
But
a
you did
clown,
balloons.
doing balloon animals, it didn't work because sometimes they would pop or the kids would pop them, and then I'm like,
Yeah. It's the worst.
You know,
It just sets me
high
off. I don't like
cortisol.
loud noises, strong smells, loud anything. Yeah, no, I don't like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, let's go through our histories then. So after I did the band thing, I saw on Facebook one of my friends was starting a podcast, and he's like, "Hey, does anybody know how to edit these?" And so I message him, and I'm like, "Yes," but that was a lie. I did not know how. But in my head, I was like, if I can edit like a 50-track audio of like guitars and drums and all these different things, I could edit a podcast. It's like I had all the skills already in my back pocket. And I don't even remember what year this was. This was like when, I don't know, probably over 10 years ago. Like when podcasts were still fairly new. Nobody knew what it was. And I started editing his podcast. And it went really, really well. And from there, like, he told somebody, and they were like, they wanted to hire me, and then they told somebody else, and like, I never had to advertise a single time. Like, I just kept picking up clients by word of mouth the whole time.
"That's so cool." And
Yeah.
you still do podcasting stuff.
I still do
now.
podcasting stuff. I still do it to this day, all these years later. I love it.
Nice. There was a time that I was really into photography, right? I love taking photos, but like we said earlier, it's hard when you have a hobby that you enjoy and you don't want to like kill it and ruin the fun
Yes.
out of it. So, back when it was around the same age. I was helping a photographer, and we would go do like in action photography. So that could be
What the heck?
sports.
Oh,
That could be yeah, it could be sports, it could be rodeos, bull riding. I even when I was that age, so I think I was like 14. I ended up raising, I think it was like 3 to 4K in 3 months. I think it was 14 to go on like a mission trip to South Africa and Swaziland. I did like
That's
I think
cool.
we did over 2,000 miles in 2 weeks, and we were all over South Africa. And so I had obviously taken like a bunch of photos. And then when I came back, I had to like piece it together because the people that helped like donate to the mission, I wanted them to see it and everything. So editing the photos, it was fun, but it was a lot of work. Okay.
yes.
And it was a lot of like sitting in detail, like making the sound of this video go together with these photos. I didn't enjoy it. Like, I enjoyed taking the photo in the moment, but I didn't enjoy the editing part of it, like the little specific things. But I learned a lot about graphics, and that was really important. And then the part that like kind of killed it for me, and I don't know if I ever told them about this, but we were at a bull riding thing near like Lane Frost stuff. And what they don't tell you is that the bulls, when they travel and everything, they're just like shitting all over themselves.
Ew.
And they have like nasty butts. And so obviously when they're doing bull riding, they're like flinging everywhere. And do you know how much like a camera lens costs? Like a really expensive one that
I
can
do.
do these in action things.
I do actually.
So she's taking photos of the bull riders, right? And then I saw the bull coming towards the fence. So she's pretty close to the fence so that the fence isn't in the shot, right? But I saw that this bull was coming up and it was about to hit this fence. So what I did was I was like, camera lens, expensive. I jumped in front of her and the camera lens because she can't see that happening really fast because her eye's up there. And the bull hit the fence and I got splattered with bullshit.
Oh, no.
All over. And I'm like just disgusted. And then obviously all the cowboys came over and they're like trying to like one up each other and they're all taking their shirts off and trying to wipe the bullshit off me. And I'm just like, ew. Because like at this age, I'm like, ew, gross, sweaty boy and bullshit. And all the other girls were like looking at me mad and stuff because their boyfriends are over there like wiping bullshit off me. And I was like just done with it. I didn't want people touching me. I didn't like just let me rest. Let me just stand here in the bullshit and just be fine rather than this. And so I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. Like that was not going to be my life. And one more thing that I realized I wasn't going to do from that is I took photos from those things. And I printed those photos onto fabric. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn how to quilt. And so I took the photos, made like this really cool thing with like fake leather and like chili peppers on the back and all these photos of the bull riders and made a really cool quilt. But that quilt made my back hurt so bad. And it was like so attention to detail. I was like, I'm never quilting again. This is the last quilt I will ever make. So yeah, that's
it's funny how
something.
We get into these like random like hyper focuses. There was I think last summer, do you remember when I got really into pressure washing?
Yes. Yes, you did.
And I have a pressure washer in my garage right now that I've used maybe 1 or 2 times. But I was like all into it. I'm like, I'm going to start the best pressure washing business in the world. I'm going to go like pressure wash people's driveways. I'm going to like soft wash their roofs. And I like clean out, like I can go like clean their trash cans. And like, I can tell you everything there is to know about pressure washing right now, even though I've never actually started the business, but I had everything prepared and I still have everything prepared, ready to go. At the drop of a hat, I could go start a pressure washing business right now, but I never did it.
Man, that's so sad.
Yeah.
I think pressure washing is so satisfying to
It
watch.
is. It is.
Like me and my son will watch pressure washing for like an hour, which is crazy. I'm like, what am I doing with my time? But me and him just really both enjoy it, so it's like totally worth
relaxing.
it. And you know the pressure washers now that you can just drop in a bucket?
Yes, I've got one.
I want one so bad.
Yeah.
I keep telling myself I don't need it. Like, what am I going to use it on? But I'm like, oh, there's so
I will
many
tell you,
reasons.
it's not as strong as you think. It's pretty good for cars, though. Pretty good for cars. But yeah, it's satisfying. I love mowing the grass. I mowed the grass today. I love it.
I thought you were going to say you mowed the grass with the pressure washer. That's how strong it is.
It's pretty strong.
It's not that strong, but it can mow your grass. Oh my gosh.
It's fun. All right,
So you mowed your grass.
I did mow my grass.
That's something you did.
Let me go into my next stage of my audio journey. Like every one of these are kind of connected. It ends up being some type of audio or video or content. So I was doing regular, just like interview style podcasts like that. And I ended up getting hooked up with this audio drama company. Are you familiar with audio dramas at all?
Yes.
Okay, so I started doing those. And for people who don't know, it is like multicast, like full cast, sound effects, music. We're basically making, I've always liked to call it movies for your mind. It's not an audiobook. Like it's a lot more advanced than that because it's got like, it could be 30 actors. And I started producing those and like we won awards. Like some of our podcasts that we're doing, we're getting like 1 million, 2 million downloads. Like they were some huge audio dramas. And like I'm humble about most things, but I would say that I'm pretty dang good at audio dramas. And I love doing that, but it was just so much work and not enough pay that I had to move on from it. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. That sounds like another version of people that might not have the money to pay
It's the
for
same
you
thing.
to do.
And we would work on, because like I would help with like the scripting and the we'd have to like go hire actors. And I mean, it was like making a movie. Like it would be like a 3 to 6 month process per season, and it, maybe paid like a few $1,000s for like 6 months of work. But it was like a passion thing, really, too. I still enjoy doing those and listening to them, but I don't think I would take on a full production again.
Yeah, it sounds like it would consume a lot of your time, also knowing that you like to do like things really well.
Yes, and we did do them
So-
really well, really, really well. But yeah, I would do it again.
So you know how you like to cut the grass?
Yeah, I love cutting
What is
grass.
another thing that like teenage Jenna did?
Did you cut the grass?
I went, yes, I cut the grass. I went and found a place. Like, one of the things I like to do is I would either consult for a business that I was interested in maybe having, or I would just go work for them a little bit just to see if it was something I was interested in enough in going ahead and like investing the money into this product, right?
Yeah.
So they would have no idea what I did, like what I've been doing or any of my background. And I'd just be like, hey, can I come work for you for a little bit? Because they already had the equipment I was planning on buying anyway. So one, I would get to learn the equipment and get paid for it.
That's the best.
And then, yeah, this was teenage Jenna ideas. And then I would also get experience and people in the area would know how good my work was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing this with a lawn crew, and it went so well that I got actually asked to do all of the most like prominent business areas, because the way that I did it was really good. But there was some things that I also learned during it. Was one, if you don't get enough electrolytes and you just drink too much water, then you might start to pass out on the equipment, right?
Yeah, that was happening to me today. I ended up like laying on my back, being really dizzy, and so I'd drink a Gatorade.
Just a minute, okay? Let mommy finish this. Yeah, no, you have to have those electrolytes, and Eric, that's not okay. Don't do that. The other thing was that I got really good with a weed eater, but I don't like bugs and I don't like snakes.
Who does?
So this did not work out for me because, like, yeah, okay, spiders, bugs, I would see them, I'd freak out, walk away, just be done in that area until they, like, leave, like, fuck off. But there was one time I was weed eating, and I thankfully I wore a mask for this, and this is like, I recommend wearing a mask. I hit a snake, and it flung up into my face.
Oh my god.
And I was like, ugh. So
terrible.
I had to take a minute and like be okay with it. And then I had to come back and do it because like I had already said I would do this area. And I'm like, snake in face. I'm done, but I can't be done. So I got to push myself to do it. Another time there was a snake that was so huge. It raced me. Like I must have gotten near its den or something. That thing was like taller than I am. And so I was like, maybe not that again. And then I was weed eating another time, and the business had like these kids that were punks in the area. And this kid, like, and because I'm a teenager, you know, like they're just going to mess with me anyways. So they threw an apple at me, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and this apple was like coming at me, like partially eaten, right? And I did the ninja cut to it with the weed eater and split it in half.
Oh, that's cool. Bet
And
you
so
looked
they
really
were
cool.
like, yeah, I did look pretty cool for that. But I was like, bugs, snakes, passing out on a mower, having apples thrown at
pass.
me. I'm done. This is over.
You know the
No, you didn't throw an apple at me.
wasn't
Somebody
him.
else did.
hardest
didn't
job,
do
the hardest job that I ever had was, it's kind of like yours. I did aerating, so it was for a landscaping company, and we took these giant machines that kind of looks like a tiller, but it's like an aerator. And we'd go to like all the rich people's houses, and they lived on like the steepest hill you've ever seen in your life. It was like almost 90 degrees. And we'd have to take these big aerating machines and like in the 100-degree weather just push these things. And it was terrible. But what's funny though is I did it with my bandmates, and we when we got our very first check, we went straight. We all went together straight to the tattoo parlor, and we all got piercings. So I got like my lips pierced, and and then we all showed back up for work, and the boss was like looking at us like, "What the hell is wrong with you people?"
You paid us, so we had to go get tattoos.
Yeah,
That's so funny. Yeah, if you guys have business things that you guys did, like you used to do, or ones that you thought about doing and didn't continue doing, let us know in the comments. We definitely want to share them. I had to
Yes.
just mute for a minute because I had to explain to my little one that it was a long time ago.
It wasn't
People are
you.
not allowed to throw apples. They're
That's so
yeah,
funny.
it was mean and funny at the same time. But yeah, fun times.
So my next job, so I did the audio dramas, and that led me to meet all of these different actors and stuff. And so from there, I started doing voice acting demo reels, where it's basically, if you know anything about voice acting, if you want to be in like cartoons or commercials, you have to have like a minute long demo reel of like different characters you can do, different like accents, different like emotions to give to these different agencies to get you booked on jobs. So I did for a while. That's actually my experience with Fiverr. I went on Fiverr. I was the number one listing for if you wanted a voice acting demo reel, you might have got it from me. And I just made a bunch of voice acting demo reels for people. I think I worked for like one of the ladies that ended up being on My Little Pony at one point, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I could see myself
That's
doing.
so cool.
I could see myself doing that job again because the top voice acting demo reel guys, they charge like $5,000 per reel, and you know me, like I cheat myself out, so I didn't charge that much. But I feel with if I still have those skills, and with my marketing and business knowledge that I've gained over the past couple of years on Skool, I think I can make that business work.
That would be cool.
Except AI
know,
stealing
there's-
our gerbs.
It's Gerbs. Gerbs. Something that I find really cool, like especially with like Skool Platinum coming out, is there's going to be a lot of pretty like well-known people coming to Skool and using Skool too. So not only are people going to be having the audience from them, right? But they're also going to have growth boost. So like people, like if you're starting a brand new business or starting a brand new community, you have a lot better chances because now you're going to have a bunch of their traffic flow, like their wave of people that come to the platform and learn about what Skool is. And then you're also going to have the wave of growth boost. So that'll be cool.
Stop
Bonnie-
teaching. We're not teaching anything tonight.
Sorry. Bonnie just shared one with us. Shortest job
cool.
I ever had was in the records room at a hospital. Dozens of
yeah.
rows of accordion files, floor to ceiling in the basement across the from more.
Oh my gosh.
Yuck! This place smelled like formaldehyde.
Yeah, I don't think I
sorry
could do that either.
for 1.5 hour. Look, you worked there for 1.25
When,
1.25 hours, and then went home. I like that.
honestly,
Hey.
same.
Smart. If you're not liking it, then don't waste more of your time. You know.
Quick to fire, quick to hire, quick to quit. Quick to quit. That's hard to say.
Yeah. Do you know the accordion file thing that is? It's like from. Is it Bruce Almighty or is it Evan Almighty or? Do you know what I'm talking about? Because that's what it made me think of as soon as she said the files. You know what? I'm gonna pull up a GIF.
Just find it. Just find the gift, because I have no idea what the heck you're talking about.
It just cracks me up every single time that I think about it. So I'll get it. But share what's another one that you did?
Another job that I did, or another business I started. So I did the voice acting demo reel thing. I loved that. I could talk about the very first Skool I ever made. Do we want to talk about that?
We feel like bringing up dolphins and
Yeah, I don't
feet.
care. So
Okay.
I started my very first Skool like over 2 years at this point. What is that? Yes, I do remember that scene now.
Yeah, that's what it made me think of. Okay, keep going.
I started a podcasting school because I was like, well, I've been doing nothing but podcasting for years and years. I should probably start a podcasting school. And it was called Podific because I was like, because I wanted to find like a merge of two words that I could get the domain for. So I got podific.com. And I was like, this is freaking awesome. This is the best thing. I finally did it. And then Jenna's like, pod like dolphin or pod like feet? And I'm like, damn it. It's ruined it for me.
Podiatrist or like dolphin pod. But you were asking my opinion and you forgot to say that you really liked it and that you didn't want me to like say what it made me first think of.
Don't ask Jenna for her opinion because she's too honest. Unless you really want to know the answer, just don't ask.
Yeah. If you want truth, don't ask me. I mean, do ask me. If you want not truth, then don't ask me. That's what it is.
Do you want to talk about your first school?
No.
Okay, never mind.
No, I will. I totally effed up my first school. So, first of all, I was trying to make a video. Like, I was setting up the video that I was going to make because I was learning Loom and I was, like, getting all excited about it. Well, I was going to create the community and, like, do a test video. And at this point, I didn't realize that every community you start has its own 14-day trial. I thought you only got one 14-day trial. And I had been planning everything. I was going to get it monetized within the first 14 days, like all these ideas. And I was going to make it underneath a different name, a different account, because I was going to do it nameless and faceless. And, well, I did it underneath while I was like practicing, getting everything set up. I was doing it underneath my regular account. And
whoops.
So then I was like entering this information in, and there was something that happened and it made me jump. Like something loud happened in the other room. I can't remember exactly anymore, but it made me jump. And when I jumped, I clicked. And it started it. It started the community. So then I'm like panicking, right?
Like, I got to do it now.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I just started the 14-day trial. Now I have to do everything right this moment. And it's underneath my name. And at that time, you couldn't transfer ownership. Okay. Mm-hmm. Everything was $99. There was no hobby plan. And I was like, how am I going to make this all work? I haven't even like started teasing a launch or etc. So then I just was like, you know what? I will continue on and I won't change the name, but I'll just continue posting everything underneath my other account. Well, you know what's stupid about that is like everybody that joins is joining and only following the owner, not your other account.
Nobody sees it.
Yep. And so, yeah, I had made my own. It was faceless content creation is what I was going to do. And I wanted to do it with a different angle because a lot of times when you see people teaching faceless, they're showing their face.
Yes.
Right?
Most of the time they are. Mm-hmm. It's so ironic.
Yeah. And so I just was like, you know what? F it. I'm going to go with this one. And everybody already knows my name. And But for a while, I really tried. I tried hardcore. And our first podcast, we were calling me by a different name. Mm-hmm. And it was weird.
Yeah. Actually, for me, it was weird calling you your normal name because I got so used to calling you your other name.
Yeah, that was a thing. And it was like, hey, what name can I call you right now? Am I allowed to call what? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
And something else. So this was a couple years ago. I remember we were all taking payments through Stripe. Like we were doing it off platform. Mm-hmm. Why were we doing that? Like, because did Skool even have payments at that time? I don't even remember. Or was it like recurring payments you couldn't do or one-time payments? I can't remember.
I don't actually remember if it was like what the real reason was for not taking pay. I think it was that payments weren't.
Yeah. I think so too.
There was some nuance to it and it was like I think it had something to do with recurring.
I think it was recurring. Could you imagine like not having all the things we have now? It's crazy.
No, I don't. Like, don't go back. It's funny, like, when people get so resistant to the change, the
Like
changes
it's
that are
kind of
happening.
low-key sucked looking back.
Like it's only gotten better.
Yeah.
And there has been things that they revert back on some stuff, but
Yeah.
not many.
When they've gotten pushed back, and I'm curious how all this with this new thing is going to play out with the growth boost, because there has been some pushback, but I think that the overall sentiment is positive. I think.
Am I going to be really honest right now, or am I going to just not be honest?
I mean this show is about honesty. Go ahead.
Most of the pushback has come from people not making money, which makes it makes no sense, because 30% of what? Like what are you worried about if you're not making anything? So or making very, very little. I don't understand. Or there's some people that are upset and they don't take payment on platform either. And then I'm like really even more confused, because I'm like, you're not taking payment on platform, so it doesn't apply to you.
I think it's all going to come out in the wash for them. Like you're going to get I don't know. The way I feel like it's going to go is you're going to get so many people that you wouldn't have gotten from ads that you're not even going to miss that 30%. That's what I'm hoping for. That's my hopes.
Well, so you said no teaching, but I want to say stuff.
Okay, fine. We'll take that restraint off of us.
Okay. So the other thing is that what I've seen is people like worried about high ticket, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, but I do one-on-one coaching and et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, okay, but you have to realize this. First of all, are you setting up your plans to be, it's not scalable to do one-on-one coaching. I get that, right? Mm-hmm. You already knew that. But you're also the one having to do all the work to bring that high ticket client in, right? Mm-hmm. I'm actually making a video tonight, as long as I don't get interrupted, about apples being thrown at you, mommy. So it actually is better if they are from Skool Network and they pay for your high ticket and Skool gets 30%. Like you actually, at this point, you want Skool taking as much as they can in the 30%. You want to be the person that is so optimized that they're getting, like, I wish that Skool would be taking like 100K from me because it's the 30%. Because guess what that does? That tells Meta that, yeah, you do want to advertise this one more. It's like you're basically saying like, hey, pick me, and by the way, Meta, here's all the information so that you and your creepy ass self that knows how to like pick people out and cherry pick them, go find more of these high ticket people that I would want. And so it's really actually a super good thing if you are in fact giving more money to Skool. And Meta's seeing that, these people did go to your high ticket. So yes, every time they find somebody that they think would go in your high ticket, guess what? They're going to see it because Meta's like, ooh, yes, let's perform better. So, because Skool's not the one that decides what gets pushed out. They just turn it on for everybody that has Growth Boost on. Like, Meta's the one that decides. So that's why it's so important right now to make all your shit really good.
That was an all-timer rant. Nice work.
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Do we want to keep talking about potential jobs we almost did?
Yes.
Well, I have an evil one. Listen to this. I wasn't actually going to do this, but it did cross my mind. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Bird poop. What you do?
What?
Here's what you do. Here's how you can make millions of dollars off of bird poop. Go buy you a huge sack of bird seed, biggest one that you can find. Then I want you to drive. I want you to go to the richest neighborhood that you can find, and you just start spreading bird seed all around their cars, all around their house, and you go to every single house. You wait 2 weeks.
Oh my
2
gosh.
weeks. 2 weeks. There's going to be bird poop everywhere because those birds are going to be flocking to those rich people's houses. And you just so happen to walk up with a flyer with your card that says, hey, I noticed you got some bird poop here. I bet I can help you with that. And they're going to be so grateful. They'll be like, how did you know? You read my mind. How did you know that? I do have
What
bird
the
poop.
What the
Yes, I would
flock?
love to hire you. I'll pay whatever you say. I just need this bird poop gone. Millions.
Wow. That's so funny. I have an interesting one that me and my dad did. It was mostly my dad, because at this point in time, I was doing a lot of the photography and I had horses and stuff. But I did do it with him. I went along with it. We used to raise homing pigeons.
Oh my gosh.
So we would get these homing pigeons, and they look so ugly as babies, like the ugliest little babies ever.
I'm just picturing you with like a clown costume on, like with homing pigeons.
Yeah, covered in bullshit. Yeah, so we had. I was down for it when I realized, like, oh yeah, you could take these beautiful, and they look like white doves, right? Take these white doves and release them at a wedding. That's so nice. But then I was out when it was like the people that we ended up helping were the people that wanted to release one at a funeral. And I'm like, I'm so sad right now.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was not really like enjoying that because I don't really like going to funerals. So I cut out on that one.
Yeah.
There's so many different, like when I really think about it, like what have I not done? That's like, it's easier to list that, you know?
That's so funny. Oh, I got a school one.
Okay.
One that I almost thought about doing. I mean, I thought about doing it, but I almost did it. I didn't do it. So I had this idea randomly. I was like, what if I go to school owners and I take all of their like course information and like all of their like YouTube videos and like basically like build them a brain and like put it into a GPT and then give it to them that they could like use for whatever they wanted, like their members or whatever. But I never did
That's
it.
cool.
But I thought it was a pretty interesting idea.
There's a lot of those things, and then I worry like how much effort does it come with, like the reward, like is that a lot of like how do you get them to say yes to pay for it, you know?
Yeah, that's the problem. There's a lot. I actually had a school community called School Services. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. I
And
do
like
remember that.
there's all kinds of stuff in there. I was doing like the thumbnail images for like their courses and doing like VSL editing because because I've been doing all the podcast stuff over the years, I've gotten pretty. I mean, I'm not a great video editor, but I've gotten decent enough at it where I could do stuff like that. And so I was doing
That's
all
so
kinds of
cool.
services like that. I'm trying to think of all the different services I was offering. It was a bunch.
It was a lot. It was like, what do you not do? That one of those where it was like, how many things can you do? And you're like, I could do it all.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's cool. There's one with a school community where I started growth operating my dad. Some people remember it, some people don't. I was going to share everything that I was going to do. And then my dad was like, I don't want to be seen on YouTube for this niche, because it was very much about like preparedness and stuff.
Yeah.
And people that are about preparedness don't really want to be seen by all the things out there.
It's like if the world
And I was
does
like,
end, like it's like they're gonna know where to go to get food. I'm gonna go to that guy's house.
Yeah, and I even tried to talk him into, I was like, why don't we just go buy like some land that's not, like, we're not fine, because he was like, people can find your location through the video and all these things. I'm like, they could already do, you know, like whatever. But I even tried talking him into like, hey, I don't mind, let's buy some land somewhere else and it'll be like a business property, right? Nope, didn't want to do it because he didn't want it to be all over YouTube and stuff. So, and he doesn't like ads.
I love content. Like, speaking of content, that's what I've made more money than all of my other businesses combined, probably, is making content. specifically TikTok shop. I did TikTok lives, and like I did like within a couple months, I did like 100,000 in sales. It's just at the time it was a gold rush. It's a lot harder now, but yeah,
Nice.
I love making videos.
There was so you know I already like I've been in the business consulting world and I love to network and all these different things. Right before my really bad car wreck, I was in the middle of like creating a massive networking thing for all of Texas because that's where I was at the time, and it was gonna kind of connect different types of networking between Houston, San Antonio, Austin, and the Dallas Fort Worth area. And I had all the plans laid out. I had venues planned out. I already had the connections of like how I was going to get it together and then how people were going to be able to present. But I got in that car wreck. And so it was like, womp, womp, womp. No, I can't do it. And I was
Yeah.
like so sad. So
Damn.
that would have been a really good one. But
There's too many to name, to be honest. Like I've got a bunch more. I guess I'll leave it with one more that I thought was a pretty good idea that I never did. And I think we've talked about this a while ago. Is a local podcast, and the idea of it is like an audio newsletter, basically. Like you've heard of local newsletters. It's kind of the same business model, where basically you start like a radio show, but it's online for whatever city you live in. And then you like advertise like, you know, all over your town, like in your town's Facebook group. Basically you grow it with the people that live there. That's the listeners. And then you go to the different local businesses and then you market to them and be like, hey, I've got this very niche show with like, you know, everybody in town listens to it. This would be the most niche thing you could do an advertisement for and take their money. Interview them. Interview different businesses. It's just, it seems really easy to me. I just never done it. I don't live in a big enough town, I don't think. But
and it's like how do you get them to agree to it, you know, too? So it's like you have to find the one that's going to be you have to do the research to find the one that's going to be the most agreeable and has the most influence that can refer you to people that will be like, oh yeah, sure, if they did it, I'll do it.
that's
right?
why I didn't do it, because it was going to be like a lot of like legwork of talking to businesses.
One last one. I don't know. Do I want to share it?
Is it print on demand?
No.
Is it drop shipping? Because I've done all the.
No. I wanted to do some of those, right? How about, and you know what, instead, I will share one that my mom would never want me to share. I'll throw her under the bus because she'll never listen to this. She is brilliant and she's very crafty. Okay. So back during when my dad, because I'm an Air Force brat, right? And my dad was actually in Desert Storm and he was flying. He was flying a tanker. He would be the one refueling. And in fact, he actually had to outfly like one of the homing bombs with the big tanker.
That's crazy.
Yeah, scary story. And so she's like going through all these emotions and she's a very crafty person. And she had made some very cute, crafty dolls that looked like little guys in flight suits, right? So it's like a miniature flight suit and then like a girl with maybe like an American flag dress or whatever, these little dolls. And she'd even sent them to the White House and Barbara Bush really liked them and they were actually in the museum for a bit.
That's so cool.
So like, no matter what you care politically, like I'm not going to say that because whatever, but she had just sent them in, especially during this time. It was like something that she could do. But the funny part is I don't remember who the person that they were going after at that time, like who was the actual name, but she made a rip apart doll. So part, because she was mad as heck. And this is not, the funny part is this is not what my mom is like at all. My mom is probably one of the sweetest persons. Like, we weren't allowed to say but. We weren't allowed to say stupid. We weren't allowed to, like, no crude humor or anything like that. Nothing, like, you couldn't use the word hate. All these different things, right? Mm-hmm. And so later when we found out she had, because we all knew about the dolls that went to the White House, but then later when we were like teenagers, she showed us like, yeah, one time, sometimes there's things that you have ideas for and you could have done really well with them and you could have marketed them and gone like viral and made a lot of money with it. But it's not worth it because it's spreading hate and it's not good. And I'm like, I look back and I'm like, man, I really wish you would have, because that was brilliant. And it was just, yeah, it was like this little doll, and you could, if you were mad, you could like tear its arms off or tear its leg off. Now. I know, it was so funny. And she was like, yeah, and then I thought about it. It was too close to like voodoo dolls, and I wouldn't want people to think like it's that, and that's just not good. I'm like, man, Mom, come on. So that was a business thing that she never did, but it was still like looking back and like seeing, because I think she still has it. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But
I'd buy one of those.
Yeah. I think that I think that if I could just get them to, they're older now. They're in their, so it's 2026. So they're both like 66 years old. Fun fact, my dad is 1 day older than my mom, exactly. My mom had a list of what she wanted in a man, and it was that he would be older, and he's literally 1 day older.
I mean, that counts, right?
Yep. He's like, I'd made sure that I made the list, and so now that they're 66, they're like, I don't want to be on there. I don't want to do that. So maybe someday I'll actually get them to do a school, because they were thinking about it. They keep thinking about it, and I'm like, come on,
just do it.
Would
do
be so
something.
Fun.
Do some kind of school.
It would be nice.
And now let's talk about what we do now.
Yeah.
So you just led a launch, which is pretty exciting.
Yes. Very
Everybody
fun.
go join.
We had our first community call, and that was really cool. It was fun hanging out and talking and seeing and hearing what other people are doing, and then just talking about like how to make the most of Growth Boost and why it's important to make sure you are like taking advantage of Growth Boost. I think there's a lot of things that like we hear and we get distracted by the people that are upset about the 30%, and we get distracted by the people that are just like, woohoo, yay, it's going to be on. And if there's like, no, you really actually, come on, it's time to like take it serious.
Stop being mad about it and just take advantage of it.
Take advantage of it and do your best to be the best, right?
Yep. The best you can be.
And you have something coming up. Are you going to tell anybody or no?
I'm not going to tell anybody yet, but I will talk about what I actually do. I've never talked about what I do once since I've had the Traffic Lounge.
Yep.
Never
you
once.
need to talk about it.
Never once. I've had Traffic Lounge for like 4 or 5 months. I've never talked about how I make money currently. I do. So I'm not a video editor per se. It's more like a content strategist almost. But people pay me to help them come up with video ideas, thumbnails. I record with them. I edit with them. Like, it's like a full, like, if you don't know, like, if you don't want to make content or you have trouble making content, I will literally pull you through the mud until you make content. Like, I will hold your hand the entire way. So we're talking like video, like ideation. It's like the whole process from A to Z. Like, all you have to do is show up and talk, and I do everything else.
It's the whole shebang.
Never talked about it on Traffic Lounge. I've never talked about it on this show. And this will probably be one of the only times I'll ever mention it. So if you're here.
So that means I have to mention it in the future. So, yeah, no, I think what people don't understand too about you is that you're almost too humble.
I'm the best at being humble, actually.
Yes, so humble of you for being humble, right? But no, like you say, you're not a video editor, but how many millions of views have you had across platforms?
I think close to 50 million.
50 million views? Yeah, but you're not a video. Whatever. Bullshit. You do know what to look for. You know how to retain the audience too. So,
Thank you
I
for
think
saying.
that's
Thank you for the kind
really
words.
important. Can Dominic just say hi real quick?
Please.
My kid wants to say hi.
Please.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
All right. Can you say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. He's like, this week has been so busy with me doing all this stuff. Earlier I was coming to like log in, and he said, "No, I'm not letting you through. You cannot get past this path." He was basically being Gandalf, like, "Thou shalt not pass. No more work for you." And I'm like, "Okay, baby, there's a lot more that I have to do today." But I think after this call or after this live, I'm going to go hang out with him for a bit, and then I'm going to go make more videos. 'Cause I
Back
need
to work. Back to work.
Wait. We got a comment from Bonnie. Super valuable role. The person on my team who cuts up my live streams into shorts and tells me what to be sure I say in the next live stream to help her with the content. So
That's
valuable
smart.
to us. Bum, bum, bum. See,
really, really smart.
what you really needed to know was Eric is your man. Eric is the content machine man. And I think that if more people would think about also, I know we have Growth Boost now, but if you would just make content too, yeah, I mean, like,
I
make
think you
it
should be
and
doing
have
both.
somebody else do it. Yeah,
Because it's like
gonna be a big,
they
important
feed
thing.
each other. Mm-hmm. They feed each other.
Yep.
But tomorrow,
Eric.
tomorrow is my favorite day of the week. It is our school review where we talk about everything that happened on the school platform. It's my favorite day of the week. It's always so much fun. So you should come back tomorrow, same time, 9 p.m. Central. We're going to be talking about what happened on Schoolers. We're going to talk about we've already did the school drinker game, so we might touch on it again. But it's our most valuable show. I'm just saying it right now. You're going to learn so much. We didn't teach anything today. We were just BSing today. Tomorrow we're actually going to teach. So we'll be right back tomorrow.
This is the end.
Bye.
Bye.